East Arkansas News is brought to you by Glenn Sain.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us for your Northeast Arkansas Late News. I'm Josh Egbert.
And I'm Meredith Mitchell. Brookland is looking at expanding their city limits.
Northeast Arkansas's Alexis Padilla tells us about an ordinance that could make Brookland grow by almost a third of its current size.
Danny's Country Diner has made Brookland their home over the last 3 years. Owner Danny Halfcoat says they've been doing well. He believes if the city grows, so will business.
Feed a lot of the farmers and construction workers around here. So, the more construction that's going on, the better off we are.
That growth could be coming by the end of the year. Brookland City Council is looking to add an ordinance that would put an annexation vote on the November ballot. The annex would expand Brookland's city limits north on Highway 49 to Goobertown and southwest towards County Road 702. Mayor Kenneth Jones says they are trying to get this passed in time for the 2020 census.
Unfortunately, it only happens every 10 years, but as your city grows, it gives you the funds without having to tax or overtax your citizens. That gives us revenue that we can look at things like water parks, ball fields.
Jones says the annex will not only boost revenue, but encourage businesses to come to Brookland. He's hopeful the annex will enhance the future of the city.
We look at 49 and the land we're annexing in as opportunity. Now, that don't mean it's going to develop today, tomorrow, but within the next 10 to 15, 20 years, you will see development in these areas we're talking about.
The annex has been brought up by Brookland City Council once before. They are revisiting the issue again to leave the decision to the citizens.
I think personally that it will be a good thing. I know there's going to be people that don't want in the city, and I understand that. But I think eventually they'll be glad they did.
For Northeast Arkansas News, I'm Alexis Padilla.
Brookland City Council will officially vote to pass the ordinance at their next City Council meeting.
Now, your first weather.
And we have been seeing a few scattered showers and thunderstorms popping up around Northeast Arkansas. You can definitely see it on the radar right now coming through the Jonesboro area, and especially areas in southern Craighead County seeing some showers and thunderstorms. Really kind of starting to die out, though, as they continue to push off to the west here. We'll see just a few isolated chances of rain continuing for the next few hours or so. We can see some of that rain extends a little further east along I-55 over Mississippi County, for example, seeing some showers and thunderstorms. Even up around the Boot Hill of Missouri, still seeing a little heavier rain just to the east of Kenneth, for example, as well. But overall, this will come to an end here by midnight or so. Temperatures still warm today. We hit highs into the 90s late this afternoon, low to mid 90s in most areas. 92 the high in Paragould, 94 here in Jonesboro, 95 down in Searcy, 92 in Wynne, and 93 degrees in Newport. Now a little bit better chance of rain coming through once again for your Tuesday afternoon. Temperature-wise, we'll still be in the low 90s though, so still another warm day. 92 degrees, the forecasted high on Tuesday afternoon. And it looks like we'll see another hot day for your July 4th. Maybe some isolated rain chances on July 4th, but there is some cooler weather coming, making a little break from the heat. Gonna have to wait till the end of the work week or into the upcoming weekend, but could be seeing temperatures back in the 80s in most areas. And we'll talk more about that with your full forecast coming up in just a few more minutes.
All right, Chris, thanks. Well, it is hot out there, and it's not just us feeling the heat. More than 50 million Americans are under excessive heat warnings that are expected to continue through the 4th of July.
Meg Oliver has more from New York City.
Up and down the East Coast and across the Midwest, people are scrambling to beaches, water parks, and pools.
It's going to be so hot today. I want to be all day in the pool.
As the first heat wave of the summer bears down.
I need an air conditioner.
But this Vermont resident was out of luck. Most hardware stores across the state are sold out.
We probably won't get them for a week or so.
Soaring temperatures in Illinois have these kids keeping cool in the pool near Peoria. Workers in Mishawaka, Indiana are repairing this section of Interstate 94 that buckled with the extreme heat. And in Hartford, Connecticut, the cops are handing out water.
So we're having these temperatures that are skyrocketing up in here, and they forget to hydrate.
Here in New York City, there is a heat advisory in effect with a stifling combination of heat and humidity, making it feel like 105 degrees.
But that didn't stop these New Yorkers from hopping onto bicycles during the hottest part of the day.
I'm going to hydrate and I'm going to swim.
So you're biking to the beach is basically what you're doing?
Well, biking to the ferry, that will take me to the beach, yeah. So I'm just spending it as close to the water as possible all day.
I'll probably be a sweaty mess by the time I get down there.
Relief is in sight. The cool down is expected to start toward the end of the week.
Doctors are urging people to drink a lot of water and to stay inside to avoid heat stroke.
Well, Jonesboro police are investigating a shooting that took place at the Chateau Apartments on Friday. JPD says they got a call just before 9 o'clock Friday night about a man who had been shot inside of that complex. Now, his injuries were told are non-life-threatening. The victim later walked himself to St. Bernard's Medical Center. There was also a second victim in that shooting. Now, police don't have any suspects at this time, but if you know anything about the shooting, you are asked to call Crime Stoppers. Now, Friday's shooting is the second shooting that took place at this complex in the last 3 months. 20-year-old Dante Fowler was shot and killed earlier this year.
Today is the first day to apply for the Crawley Ridge Development Council's low-income home energy assistance program. LIHEAP gives assistance for those in need of helping pay utility bills. Families must fill out an application to get into that program. The CRDC has split up the surrounding counties to apply on certain days. Monday and Wednesdays, they take applications from Craighead, Crittenden, Poinsett, and Woodruff counties. Tuesdays and Thursdays are for Cross, Greene, Jackson, and St. Francis counties. There are 2 types of assistances in LIHEAP.
You know, someone is facing that disconnect, or they're already disconnect, or they need new service, then not only can we provide a regular assistance to them, but if it meets the qualifications, we might also be able to help them a little bit more with a crisis application.
Funding from LIHEAP will be given on a first-come, first-served basis. To see if you qualify, you can call that number on your screen, 870-802-7100.
Well, the red wolf is more than just a mascot at Arkansas State University. This month, the university joins in critical efforts nationwide to save the endangered red wolf's population.
That includes building a breeding site in Jonesboro. Northeast Arkansas's Simone Jamison has more.
Every red wolf counts is a motto that doesn't only cover Arkansas State students, but the actual endangered red wolf species. There are estimated to be a little over 200 red wolves in the entire world. Arkansas State faculty are zeroing in on conservation efforts, including building a breeding site in Jonesboro. It's hoped those efforts will help double their population.
So the idea is to build enclosures out at Craighead Forest State Park where we'd have up to 4 pairs of red wolves, and we could contribute to the conservation of the animal directly. It's a great opportunity to see a magnificent animal that's also extremely rare right here in Jonesboro.
All moving forward as planned, a breeding site for the red wolves here at Craighead Forest Park could be developed within the next 2 years and provide a habitat to almost 3 dozen red wolves. It would also contain 2 layers of fencing and overnight surveillance to help ensure safety for the red wolf as well as the public. Arkansas State would join 43 breeding sites for red wolves nationwide, and A-State students would get the chance to learn more about their university's symbolic figure.
We'll have the students doing internships there and being able to take class groups out there and to get involved in the conservation of their mascot. So it's direct, hands-on conservation experience for our students.
Launching the breeding site is estimated to cost upwards of $1 million, but would give Dana Taylor an attraction beyond taking her grandkids to feed the ducks.
It sounds a little scary to think there's going to be a breeding site out here, but I can understand for tourism that would be a good thing.
Dr. Rich says building the red wolf breeding site won't feed off tuition or state money. Instead, it will be funded through private fundraising, scholarships, and the city of Jonesboro. For Northeast Arkansas News, I'm Simone Jameson.
Well, ahead of Independence Day, the Northeast Arkansas Humane Society is kicking off a celebration of their own with an adoption frenzy for local kittens. There are currently around 60 cats in total at the society in need of a forever home. Now, Director Rhonda Coyle says the Humane Society has seen an uptick in strays and donations this month alone. Now, in an effort to clear all of those kitties out, the Society is providing an adoption special through the end of July. Now, the special rate is $50, and that includes spay and neutering as well as microchipping.
Kitten season runs from about the end of February, 1st of March through the end of August. And so we have gotten lots of litters in, which are multiples. Like we're talking 4, 5, 6, 7 kittens, which a 7 kitten litter is a big litter.
The cat application fee, the cat adoption fee is $40 for veterans. If you want to adopt, you can drop in at the Humane Society in Jonesboro anytime between 11 and 4, Monday through Saturday.
Best Buy hitting the eject button on compact disc. The retailer is scheduling the end of sales for the format on July the 1st, but vinyl records will stick around at the store for at least 2 years. Streaming music is the fastest segment of the music industry. Revenues from streaming music services accounted for 62% of the total market for the first half of 2017, according to the Recording Industry Association of America. CD and vinyl albums sales making up 16% of the overall revenues.
A mysterious shopper cleared out a Toys R Us store in North Carolina and plans to donate all of the toys to kids. The anonymous shopper spent $1 million on the remaining items at this Toys R Us in Raleigh. Now, the chain closed all of its stores nationwide on Friday. Employees of the North Carolina location kept the shopper's identity a secret as they boxed up the merchandise. The Toys R Us brand may not be gone forever, though. An auction for the company's name, baby shower registry, and various trademarks is set for later this month.
Still ahead tonight on Northeast Arkansas News, with Justice Anthony Kennedy set to retire, President Trump has set a date to announce his new nomination.
The president says 1 week from today, he will be making that decision, what both sides of the aisle are saying.
And temperatures in the 90s once again today. 94 degrees are high here in Jonesboro. We had the heat index into the 105 to 110 degree range. Now seeing a few isolated showers and thunderstorms moving through the area. We'll keep that threat of rain around for your Tuesday and then warm right back up for that holiday, July 4th. And we'll talk more about that straight ahead.